G'day guys. Can you hear that? Can you hear it? That's the fat lady. And she's finally singing. This calls for a cold one. Cheers, big ears. Boogie2988 has finally deleted his Twitter account. And after listening to a 2-hour podcast of this guy hurry curry baiting, I couldn't be happier. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Boogie2988 still has his YouTube channel up with almost 4 million subscribers.
You know what you need in this car? What? You need one of those stickers that says baby on board.
Did Boogie's mate just insinuate that he's a PDF file while simultaneously flirting with that girl? To be fair, I really don't know this Boogie2988 fella, but I've seen a lot of drama surrounding him. Every now and then a video will pop up in my feed which I'll check out just to sort of, keep tabs on the drama. And while I think this guy is super cringe, I've never really stumbled across anything that really makes me angry about this fella. That was until I saw the documentary about him. The Dark, Sad Life of Boogie2988, which, by the way, is an amazing documentary which everybody should check out. But ultimately, it was the video that made me really hate this guy. Boogie2988, while living a relatively comfortable and good life, likes to make himself the victim of everything. This guy whinges more than a multicolored hair cracked out Karen, which is ironic because he has poised himself in the position of being this anti-woke right-winger. It's gonna get worse. Power of the internet, Gamergate edition. Just for the record, this is the content that made him popular to begin with.
I just got the credit card statement in the mail.
So?
How did you spend $380 on iTunes?
I don't know. It wasn't me. It was probably you. You buy all that music and shit.
Princey, the only one with an iPad.
Oh, okay. I've been playing some games lately. I got Magic 2014, and I fucking been playing Angry Birds.
But I'm not going to get into any of that old drama. This guy is well documented. I mean, there's a literal documentary about him. Just recently, this guy got busted trying to scam his own audience with some shitty meme coin. Let's be real though. If you took financial advice from a fat, lazy slob that refuses to look for a job, you probably deserved to get scammed. But that's beside the point. CoffeeZilla gave Boogie2988 some sound advice. He said, how about you take some of that money that you got paid from the scammers to pay back the audience that you scammed? To which Boogie responded to by lifting his middle finger and saying, to hell with my fans, I need this money for my medical bills.
Are you willing to try to avoid the damage you might do to people by 1, not selling your tokens, and 2, maybe giving back the back half of, you said the first half is spent. I don't know if that's true. I'm just trusting you here. But actually giving back the $5K you're going to be making back to the community, locking it, making sure that people aren't going to get hurt further?
If I'm being genuine with you, and I do want to be genuine with you and the rest of the internet, I'm in pretty dire need of money. I have a lot of medical bills, and I'm fighting cancer, and I'd very much like not to fuck around with my healthcare too much.
Because apparently this guy is dying of cancer. I mean, you wouldn't have guessed it, right? Usually cancer patients are a lot skinnier, bro. Well, at least some cancer patients who are going through treatment. And according to this fat guy, he's been getting treated for cancer for the past 2 years, and that's where all that money is going to. Well, this has all come full circle now, and it's all biting him back in the ass, because allegedly, he doesn't even have cancer. The current theory goes that his doctor told him that he might have something. Boogie rolls on home and Googles that something. The word cancer pops up in Boogie's search result. And now Boogie has self-diagnosed himself with cancer. Hops onto Twitter and tells the entire world that he has cancer. Follows up by making a 30-minute video explaining how he got diagnosed with cancer and how much it's going to change his life. Then the results come back and he doesn't have that thing. But oh shit, Boogie has already told the entire world that he has cancer. And instead of using more than 2 brain cells and just going on the internet saying, hey, the cancer was a false positive. Hooray for me, I don't have fucking cancer. He just laughed as a cancer patient and used it to sympathy bait people. Anybody that knows Boogie knows that Boogie loves to play the victim. So after scamming his own fans and then refusing to pay the money because his health and his cancer is more important than his fan base, and it's all bullshit, the entire internet has turned on him. And what I watched was the aftermath of being exposed for this shit. It started with a guy called Destiny calling him out, saying that what he's saying isn't adding up. And then others started piling on, like Mutaha and Metika. And that's when it was all over for this guy. And to start with, every single one of these people, because of the sensitivity of this issue, was really nice. They were giving him the benefit of the doubt. Like saying, maybe you just announced that you had cancer too early and then you found out that you didn't have it and you just were too scared to tell people. They were giving him as many outs as possible. They were making excuses for this guy. But he's sitting there with shit in his pants. He knows he's screwed. But because this fat guy wants to be the victim so much, he just kept playing the victim. He's not just the fat guy that could die of a heart attack or a stroke any day now. He's now the fat guy that everybody is bullying because they think he faked cancer. So he starts telling the world, I have cancer and you're all bullying me and you'll never believe me if I had cancer anyway. So I'm gonna go, yep, you guessed it, self-delete. So then they bring in Mr. Metika, a guy who has been diagnosed with cancer and is someone who people have accused of faking cancer before. The perfect man for this situation. And Mr. Metika, who has gone through this before and knows what it's like, is very sympathetic towards this fat guy. Gives him solid advice. Says go on your Medicare app or whatever, go to your diagnosis, screenshot it and share it with somebody that you trust and they can verify. But this fat guy doesn't want to do that. No, he has way too much integrity.
Here's the thing, because I did a stream, because I had people saying, oh, you're faking cancer, Jim. So I showed my diagnoses and stuff like that. I'm going to guess he's working on a system similar to Epic, which most medical people do. Mm-hmm. You should be able to go right into diagnoses, and it's going to list everything that a doctor has ever said you had.
Yep, I just read it to him.
Okay, and so it lists the cancer there?
Yes.
Okay, so you could screen cap that and just show it. I mean, that's what I did, and then that would be the end of it.
Absolutely. And I made the decision 2 years ago that I would not do that, and I would rather leave the internet than to give the last shred of fucking privacy I have left.
Here's the thing. I understand the privacy argument.
Mm-hmm. I should have never went public with it.
No. Let me finish. I mean, you can redact information. There's no issue with that. But just show. I mean, it literally is just a page that says patient diagnoses.
Yep.
And then it lists what you have. It doesn't tell you who the doctor is. It doesn't tell you what hospital you go to. It literally just says the disease name.
And I won't be doing that.
But I don't understand why not.
Because he does have cancer. He does have cancer.
Yeah, that's going to be the narrative they'll go with. So that's
well, no, I mean, I'm legit trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. When I shit on you for the crypto thing, man, I said I'd take your word that you had cancer. I'd take your word that the medical shit's expensive.
Yep.
So I mean, this seems like
I spent 2 years treating a disease that doesn't exist. These people used to be my friends, and I genuinely would have never believed it would even come to this.
This guy has so much integrity that he paid $500,000 to hookers, bro. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking, wow, 500 big ones on prostitutes? He must have been drowning in pussy. Look at this man. Look at this man. Do you think these women got paid enough? Maybe those 500 G's were split between only 5 women and they all just charged extra, plus danger pay or risk pay or whatever you call it. Because sharing a bed with this guy has to be hazardous. With a guy with so many so-called life-threatening health issues, do you think this guy could get it up? Sadly, I don't think so. So these poor women, instead of just fucking grinding his meat for fucking 2 minutes, have to sit there for the entire 30 minutes to an hour listening to him complain about his miserable life. After listening to him for just 5 minutes on his own podcast, I was ready to commit harikari. Anyway, the podcast continues and people start putting serious money down on the table to say, hey, look, prove us wrong. If we are wrong about you not having cancer, I will apologize. We will give you $65K it was. I think it was $65,000. But no, Mr. Fatso, he's a man of dignity and honor. He's not a fat cunt who would fucking scam his fans. He wouldn't throw one of his ex-girlfriends, who is, let's face it, probably 30 years his senior and less than 1/100th of his size, violently up against a wall and pin it to it? Oh wait, he actually did that.
I've told one of these guys this in private. I'm not entirely certain. My very first girlfriend was physically abusive to me. And so as part of my childhood, when we were 16, 17 years old, because she would hit me and stuff, I ended up holding her down. I ended up pinning her against the wall to make her stop hurting me and hurting herself. And I've carried tremendous guilt about it for my entire life. And I know as soon as I ever said that, it would mean that people would think I beat women. And so I've held it in.
I literally don't care. Nobody cares about that right now.
Thank you.
But you heard his excuse. She was hurting him and hitting him. And he was scared. He was scared of his girlfriend. Bro, take a look at yourself. You've got like 50 bulletproof vests on. This guy probably wouldn't even bleed if he got shanked 50 times. There's so much fat fucking covering his body. Oh, that was a bit harsh. But it is more likely that he'll die of fake cancer than an actual stabbing. I'm just saying. Anyway, back on topic. He wouldn't take any money in the world just to screen share diagnosis because he's a man of dignity and privacy. Instead, he would rather delete all of his social media accounts, quit the podcast, and leave the internet forever and supposedly commit harikari. Because let's face it, that fake cancer is not going to kill him. So this fat fucking fatso, who is so desperate for money that he needs to scam his loyal viewers out of $100,000 so he can pay his medical bills, has now been given an opportunity of people not only paying for his medical bills, but paying half his mortgage just to prove that he has cancer. But no, he's a man of dignity and fucking honor. You know what this man of dignity and privacy does towards the end of the fucking podcast? He fucking exposes himself. This is to you, Boogie2988, if you are listening. I've never really been a fan of yours, but I've never really hated you. And to be fair, I always thought you got the worst end of the stick. I was sympathetic for you after how much you persevered, after being just piled on day after day after day. I just thought, hey, there's a fat guy trying his absolute best. He might be down on his luck and high on his calories, but damn if he isn't trying. Until I watched the documentary, of course, and saw that you weren't trying. I mean, I guess you really don't have to try anymore. You found your own little house elf, your own little Dobby, and she does your laundry and gives your fat ass a sponge bath. God knows she's praying for the day she gets set free. Desiree is free. Master has given Desiree a cum sock. Honestly, I think Boogie2988 is more of a poop sock kind of guy. Let me know in the comments if you agree. You're willing to make this girl homeless because of your dignity. Your privacy. Bro, when you lose your house, you'll be shitting in the fucking gutter. No privacy. No dignity. But we know why he's not going to show the proof. Because there is no proof. This is a guy who scammed his fans and faked having cancer to get sympathy from people. He's the bottom of the fucking barrel human waste. But the saddest thing about all of this is he threatened to leave the internet. And he has deleted his Twitter account. But we all fucking know he'll be back tomorrow, bro. If he was serious about this, he would have deleted his fucking YouTube channel, dude. But we all know he's gonna come back and cry harder than ever and be more victimized than ever. This fat 50-year-old man who cried cancer. Because otherwise he would have deleted his YouTube channel. Hey, Boogie2988, how about you do us all a favor? Delete your channel and piss off. Goodbye. I hope you don't get stuck in the doorway on the way out.